Wait, is this the right podium and are these the right presidential candidates? As a matter of fact, they are. And this is the presidential debate that everybody is talking about. Meet Uncle Sam and the Trump train. And because of this debate that these two recently put up, it's got everybody talking on social media. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at those insightful perspectives and thoughts that people had to share concerning this debate. And tell us if you've watched the debate and what you think about it. As two U.S. presidents, one current and one former, faced off in the first debate of the 2024 election, they were setting their own and dissecting each other's visions for the next 4 years. And we're gonna hear what people had to say about those visions that these two presidential candidates shared in that debate. Stick around and find out. And after that, we've prepared a breakdown discussion for you to discuss the key details of what really took place at that debate.
And it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody. It's people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't. You look at the cost of food where it's doubled and tripled and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do is leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Thank you. President Biden?
There was no inflation.
I'm a little perplexed. I just heard Trump say that they are taking the black jobs. Like, where exactly are the black jobs? Are the black jobs in the room with us now? I mean, how do you get one? Is there a listing? How do we apply? I mean, like...
Listen, that presidential debate was hilarious, okay? Netflix need to turn that thing into a comedy special because it was definitely funny. But I got two questions. What are black jobs? And where are these black jobs? Because my people be on Facebook every day asking who hiring, okay? Let us know where these black jobs at.
All right, y'all. I've been watching this presidential debate. I have come to the conclusion that I'm writing Miss Michelle Obama in for 2024. Because ain't no way these are our two options to run the United States of America. Like, come on, we got this guy, Mr. Trump here, that didn't answer one question that was asked to him and came up with the most elaborate lies known to man, right? Then you got Mr. here, who's probably experiencing cognitive decline. Like, I'm not his doctor, I don't know his medical history, but like, come on now, dog. Come on now, dog. We know all the eggs ain't in the basket there, right? So, what are we left with? Like, Jesus Christ, has America come to this, you guys? Like, I'm going to write you in, Miss Obama. I know you don't want to be president of the United States, but we need you right now. Like, I'm going to at you. I hope everybody else at you. Like, yeah, you have a civil obligation. You are the right man for the job. Come, save us. Please.
I've never been afraid to call a spade a spade. The beginning of that debate, the performance that Joe put up wasn't the best at all. Joe Biden's an old man. There's no secret about it. Joe needed to put the concerns that people had about him being old, kind of as he did at the State of the Union address. He was amped up. He was live. People had faith in him after the State of the Union address. He needed a similar performance. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but I still will vote for Joe any day of the week before I vote for Donald Trump. Because for me, it's more than just a performance that you put up for 90 or so minutes on the debate stage. It's about the policies that you put forth and what you truly believe in. I think Donald Trump is not a great candidate. Joe Biden is still the superior candidate in this race. And if you think for a second that the Democratic Party is going to put forth any other nominee besides Joe, I think you have to be smoking crack. Joe Biden is the nominee and will be on the ballot in November. And I think that is the superior choice in this race. There's no secret about it.
The U.S. is doomed. The future of our country is done. We're cooked. This debate is not even a debate. It's an argument. It's getting personal. We're supposed to be... We're supposed to be talking about what Jaden Smith said, the economic state of the world, not talking about your sons and daughters and wives and whatever. Like, I can't do this anymore. Biden looks like he died an hour ago. He's frozen, stuttering. And then you got Trump yapping about nothing. He's talking about literally nothing. We are the laughing stock of the entire globe. I gotta get out of here.
If Uncle Sam loses November's elections, history will record it as it took 10 minutes to destroy a presidency, CNN says. It was clear a political disaster was about to unfold as soon as the 81-year-old commander-in-chief stiffly shuffled on stage in Atlanta to stand 8 feet from ex-President Donald Trump at what may turn into the most fateful presidential debate in history. Objectively, Uncle Sam produced the weakest performance since John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon started the tradition of televised debates in 1960. Then, as on Thursday, in a television studio with no audience. Minutes into the showdown hosted by CNN, a full-blown Democratic panic was underway at the idea of heading into the election with such a diminished figure at the top of the ticket. Uncle Sam's chief debate coach, Ron Klain, famously argues that while you can lose a debate at any time, you can only win it in the first 30 minutes. By that standard, the president's showing was devastating. The tone of the evening was set well before the half hour. It is too early to say how voters will respond and whether the president can rescue himself, but Uncle Sam barely beat the Trump train in key battleground states in the middle of a pandemic in 2020. His approval rating was below 40% before the debate, when it was at best neck and neck with his rival in the polls. It would only take a few thousand voters to desert him to put Trump back into the White House. There has been no public sign that Uncle Sam is unable to fulfill the duties of the presidency, which include tough decisions on national security. He has just returned from 2 grueling foreign trips, for instance, but on Thursday's evidence, his ability to communicate with the country and even to sell his own vision for a second term is severely compromised. Now, if the debate was the president's best chance to turn around a tight race with Trump, which has him in deep peril of losing re-election, it was a failure. Uncle Sam ended the night with the Democratic Party in crisis, with serious conversations taking place behind the scenes among senior figures over whether his candidacy is now sustainable. 2 months before the Democratic National Convention, the president aimed for an immediate rebound at a post-debate rally in North Carolina Friday, appearing rested, defiant, and animated in what was a clear attempt to quiet a storm of questions about whether he should shelve his re-election race. In his own words, Uncle Sam said, "I know I'm not a young man," to the state obvious. He told the crowd that chanted 4 more years, 4 more years. The president added, "I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to." He continued on, raising his voice. "But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth. I know right from wrong, and I know how to do this job. I know what millions of Americans know. When you get knocked down, you get back up." Uncle Sam's much improved performance in a scripted stump speech before a friendly audience, however, only further exposed his failures on Thursday night, when he had his best chance to counter Trump before tens of millions of television viewers. Trump's task on Thursday was to avoid playing into Uncle Sam's claims that he's unhinged and is therefore unfit to return to the Oval Office. He largely did so as he got out of the way while the president was damaging his own campaign. The presumptive Republican nominees, unaccustomed restraint, however, did wear thin later in the debate. But in one devastating moment, after yet another Uncle Sam waffle, he said, "I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either." Now, in conclusion, let me walk you through a summary. So the first thing is Uncle Sam's performance. The current president, despite attempting to rally support and emphasize his values, Uncle Sam's debate performance is seen as a missed opportunity. There are concerns within the Democratic Party about the sustainability of his candidacy, indicating internal discussions about his ability to continue as the nominee. So inside the Democratic Party, there's certain internal discussions being held currently concerning him. And let's talk about the Trump train's response. So the Trump train aimed to rebound quickly after the debate, appearing defiant and energized. His strategy included avoiding pitfalls that would reinforce claims of being unfit for office. However, his remarks included falsehoods and lacked coherence on policy issues, which were noted during the debate. So the Trump train basically failed to speak out his mind concerning the plans that he has on the people, right? He just spoke on the issues and the shortcomings of Uncle Sam, right? We all know Uncle Sam's is not capable of speaking out his mind sometimes, but the Trump train shouldn't have focused on that. He should have just focused on speaking out his vision, of which he also failed to do that. And lastly, there's the public sentiment. So the public sentiment reflects disappointment with both candidates, right? We saw in those videos how people were saying, are these the candidates that we have? So this characterized by their perceived shortcomings and the contentious nature of the debate. This sentiment underscores broader disillusionment among voters regarding the choices available in the upcoming election. With that being said, I give you a glimpse of what is being talked about the held presidential debate and the candidates that we have in those upcoming elections. Now, you leave your thoughts in the comment section concerning what you heard and the perceptions that you heard in today's video. I would like to hear what you have to say concerning this matter. I'll see you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Signing off for now. And remember, no matter how devastating life gets, use what you have to get what you want.